Jason here. Today is January 6th, and this is your aftermarket update. So when we left each other yesterday, we had talked about the fact that oil had broken through the psychological $50 per barrel mark and that we were expecting more downside action, price action to come over the following days and weeks. And so as we were entering into today's session, we were expecting and looking for our bias to the downside and expecting the price to follow to the downside. So that's the expectation level that we came into the marketplace with today as we were biased to the downside. The other thing that has been occurring here over the last couple of days is that the volume has been significant. In fact, I am going to show you a indicator that we use here. These candlesticks represent the 21-day moving average for these 5-minute candles. So, for example, the white outline represents the average volume for this 5-minute time period. So, at for example, here at 9:30, you could see this white candlestick, and you could see all of these white candlesticks. Those candles are bars, rather, not candles, but bars represent the 21-day moving average for that particular time. Everything that is above it represents the amount of volume that is above the average. So in this case, this is 3.3 times on this 5-minute in this 5-minute time frame. This is 3.3 times the average volume for this particular time period. Again, so you can see here that we are significantly, as we went through the day, we've been significantly above the 21-day moving average for volume. That, again, can be, there's the graphic. Here is the little widget that we look at to show us the amount of volume that's been traded. We've had 412,000 contracts traded today on the CL, which is a phenomenal amount of volume. I tell you all of that to say that once you couple your downside or your market state and the market bias along with good volume, and if you are right, you should see good results, and that's exactly what we had happen in here for us today. So let's talk about the trades that we took here today. The OTG trade of the day is in two parts. We did get short off of one level. We did take it down with an expectation that we were going to achieve a certain target, and that target today was 54, and it came back up and took us out, and then we jumped back in. We took two contracts off at 54, and I'll show you this all in just a minute, but we took two contracts off at 54. We left one running, and then we added two more back to the position. So what we ultimately ended up doing is once we achieved our initial target, we saw that the market was going to continue to move. We added to the position, we added again, and we took three contracts down for a huge number of ticks. So let's talk about what we were looking at here today. Again, we had drawn this box prior to the session open. We had identified this as the trading range, and we were trying to stay out of this range as much as we possibly could. Once we did hit this revision signal in the top of the range, we did get short here. It wasn't actually right here. We got short on this move back down through the revision signal. It did come back up and tag us out here at 40. Stop was at 41. It came right up to your daily structure mid here. That's this purple line right here. Came right back up to that daily structure mid. Took us out to the tick. It was for 12 ticks. That was a loser. And then where we will pick up the OTG trade in two parts today. We'll pick this trade up here. But the first time we got in was here at this 26 level. It came down through the mid. We were looking for 54 as a target down here. That's where your daily revision target is, down in this area. And we ultimately got down to 61. I think we were in up here at 26. We got in at 61. It came back and took us out right up here at this 98, 99 level. We then get short again on a break through 83. We had seen volume hold us up at 83. Excuse me. We had seen volume hold us up at 83. We ended up trying to get short at like 82, 81. I got slipped in at 79. And then we were looking for 54. Once we got through 54, we were then looking for our target down here at 47.88. So the OTG trades of the day take place in two parts. The entire setup is about an hour and 25 minutes long for the entirety of the two trades. But as we came down through, we got down to this revision target. We looked to add again. We came down to the daily structure target down there at 47.88. We had talked in the room about potentially getting down to 70. We got down to 74. And so it was in this range right here that we did take our two OTG trades of the day. So having said all of that, understand that the video that you're about to watch, this trade is about an hour and 25 minutes in its entirety. And so without further ado, let's take a look at the OTG trade of the day. In fact, I'm going to bring it down to 26 here on the entry. And my stop is going to be 43. And we're going to look to target down to, I got to get these out of the way here. All right, so I need first target is going to be down there at 11. Actually, first target is going to be the daily revision mid at 04. And then second target would be the revision signal around 78 down there. So we'll see. All right, so we've come back down into this range again. We had the daily structure mid up there, which is, I should have had to stop above that, but I didn't, or we'd still be in this from the first time around. It is what it is. We should be able to come down to this 03, 04 level here. We do need to get down through this 13 level. 04 is the first target here. 04 is the first target. There's 1918. We get down to 13 and pause. We need to probably, I'll need to move this trailing stop. No, it's my fault. I turned them off illustrating a point, didn't turn it back on again, which was my fault. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pull the stop down to break even here. First target down there at 04. First target is your revision mid at 04. There's 10, 9. Remember, 10 is where the sellers tried to step in earlier. And then we're looking down to potentially 78 and then all the way down to 48.54. There's 10, 9, 8. Let's go. Don't stall here. We got down to 08. Lots of good selling, backfilling at 13 here. See if we can make it down to 9, 8, 7. There's 10, 9. Let's get that first one off down here at 04. Get that first one off down there at 04. 13, 12. As soon as I take it off here, is when it's going to go. We've just got the next candle out. I'm going to go ahead and take one off right there at the 14 level. My stop here on the balance is break even. Plus, just break even rather. And we may be glad that we did pick one up there. I might be glad. We could come back here to the midpoint. Yeah, this may take me out up here, break even, and then go down. That will be a bummer. You've got an early entry market trend down here at 07. Down here at 07, early entry market trend. Down here at 07, we ran into the 08 level and stopped. Yeah, I should have had the stop initially above the daily structure mid. I turned it off for illustration purposes and forgot to turn it back on, and that cost me. It was frustrating. Is what it is, though, right? That's the way baseball go. And hence the discussion about me having too many things going on at one time, which is why I try to limit some of that stuff. There's a very good example as to what I'm talking about. It's all right. We'll be fine. We'll come down to this 04 level. There's 10.9. Let's see if we can get through 9.8 here. There's 8.76. Stop is break even plus 2 to 24. If we make it through, all right, I'm going to add 1 to this at 97. I'm going to add 1 at 97. Back to it. Point of control is 0, 0. And we're looking to target, listen, we're going to 48.54. That's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. We just got down to the 04 level. We are headed to 54. It's my estimation that we're going to 48.54. Now, can we get there in a straight line? Are we going to be able to stay in? Yada, yada, yada. That's all remains to be seen. Came down to the revision mid. What you'd like to have here is a close below that revision mid there at 04. A close down below it. Golly. 400 plus orders hit the offer at 10. Lots of buyers trying to get it in right there. We did close on top of 10 now. Huh. A lot of buyers there at 10 trying to keep the floor underneath it. $432 on the offer at 10. Yeah, Jeff, now that one, I see, yeah, and you hit right to it. We got right down to it again. That one, though, I'm not as concerned about the market structure levels, but I should have had that daily structure on there. But thank you again. Just keep telling me, and that's okay. I appreciate the help. So just keep telling me. If I'm missing something, that's cool. I don't mind the help. Bottom of the hour in 3.5 minutes. 459 on the offer. 461 on the offer. The fact that we can't get through that is fairly telling, by the way. That's fairly telling, by the way. A lot of buyer absorption right there at 49.10. That's a very good sign for continued push down here. I'm going to make that add point 94, not 97. 94 on the add. Okay, let's bring this trailing stop now down to 21, break even plus 5 to 21. Keep coming down to that revision mid. We need to close below the 04 level. That revision mid there at 04, we need to close below it. $94 is my add point here. You had 333 orders resting long total and 206 resting short. So more buyers than sellers on the ladder right now. More buyers than sellers on the ladder. But again, you've almost 500 orders have hit the offer at 10, and we've not been able to get through it. That's where the buyers are stepping up, right? Resistance becomes support, and that's where the buyers are trying to provide support right there at 10. Remember, that's where the sellers were stepping in earlier. I don't think that's going to hold, and I think we're going to push down. I'm looking for 48.54 as a target here. 48.54. This is the perfect 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. zone structure. Long wick up followed by a long red bar, and then we'll have to, but we're back in the chop zone here again, right? We're back in this chop zone again, so we'll have to see. Again, it doesn't always go in that straight line we'd like it to. You'll notice that we keep gravitating back to this 10 level. That's why I put my stop up there, break even plus 5. If we get through it, we may go up in to check some of those areas, upper levels again. But that is a ton of buyer absorption going on right here at 10. You've got a lot of buyers trying to push it up, but the sellers are not allowing it to get there. So again, this is a huge area on your chart right here. This is the make or break zone at the moment. I would still, if I get taken out at 21, which I just might here, I'm still looking at 56 short. What is the top of this previous candle? 23? Yeah. I'm going to move this back to 24 on the trailing stop. I want to get above this previous candlestick high here. Break even plus 2 to 24. You've got 45 seconds till the bottom of the hour. And we're right back here to 10 again. $525 orders on the offer at 10 total, cumulatively. Sellers trying to push it back down out of that area. Back to your revision mid. There's 0, 0. Okay, that's good. There's, okay, 94, 93. I've added the third one back here. Stop is now break even. Stop is 13 here. I've got that third one added back. We've got a revision signal down here at 78 where we may pause. Told you the sellers were trying to get back into it there. Let's see. Revision mid is 04. Let's bring this down to 9 on the trailing stop. Bring this down to 9 on the trailing stop. And I'm going to take all three of these home all the way to 54 is what I'm looking for here. I'm going to try to take all three of these home to 54 is what I'm going to try to get done here. We'll see. We've been as deep as 88. We're going to try to take all three of these home to 54 here. We'll see. Trailing stop is 11 right now. Trailing stop is at 11. Boy, it probably needs to be a little bit higher than that in case we have to come back up and check 10. We still haven't closed below the revision mid yet. Yeah, we did. We closed below 04. My bad. Again, we're back in this chop zone. You've got the initial balance low at 72 down there. We may come back into the 04 level. We took a risk adding to that position. 13 is the trailing stop now. 13 is my trailing stop. We'll see if the risk pays off. It's too bad I didn't have that structure mid and my stop up there at 43. It's too bad. We'd still be in from the original entry. Wouldn't have had to take the hiccup, but we did. And that's okay. Lots of time here. Again, looking for 48.54 here. 48.54 is your final target. And actually, it should go deeper than that. So I may only take 2 off if we get down there. I may only take 2 off. The modified entry is up here at whatever, 15, 16 to 58 would be a 58 on 2, 58 ticks on 2. All right, I'm just going to take this green box off here for the moment, just to kind of clean this chart up a little bit for us. We know where the range has been, right? We're right in this range here. So again, we've been as deep as 88. What you'd like to see happen here, 88 to 01 is 13 ticks. Close at or below 93, 94, at or below 93, 94 here on the close in the next 2 minutes. Trailing stop right now is here at 13. That is the trailing stop at the moment is 13. Let's go ahead and clear out the book here, get a fresh look at it. You've got the point of control still at 0, 0. And you'd like to close at or below 93. You've got a revision signal down there at 78. So very similar to what we were doing yesterday. Remember when we would hit those first-time touch long areas on the revision signal? Those are your first-time touch long areas. We were not getting long, but we did have to put up with some heat. Once we hit that area, you've got one of those areas here at 78 and then another one here at 65. So again, we may have to put up with some heat in those areas. This is exactly what you want to see. You want to see this thing closing down on its low tick here in the next 30 seconds. Going to bring the trailing stop down to, I'm going to bring it down right now to the 05 level. Bringing that trailing stop down to 05. You got revision there at 78. All right, there's 73 all the way down to 73. Okay, I'm going to take 2 off at 54 down here, okay? I'm going to take 2 off at 54. And I'm going to leave 1 on. 2 off at 54 down here. And I'm going to leave 2 on. So we got down to that 78 level. We didn't close below it yet, and that's what we need to do here. We do need to close below 78. Let's bring this trailing stop back to 95 maybe. Yeah, 95 for now. Let's go back up to 02. I'm going to go 02 on the trailing stop. Actually, I'm going to go 97 on the trailing stop for now. 50% here. So this is what I've said. We could come down to the revision signal and it could pop there and stop for a minute on the revision signal. That's what we talked about. So this is not a surprising pause here in the game. And you've got your revisions will be refreshing here at the end of this next candle. So we'll see. 54 is target number, is where I'm going to take 2 off of this at target number, whatever we're calling it, 2, I guess, because I've already taken 1 off at 10 or 15 or whatever that number was. I'll have to go back and look. I think it was just 10. We'll take 2 off down there at 54 is what I'll do. And you'd like to get down through that low at 73. That's really where there's 76, 75, there's 74. Come on, fight through it here. Get through 74, 73. 54 is where we're going to take 2 off, and that would be 15. Well, it'd be another 20 ticks from here. It'd be 60 ticks. Okay, there's 68, 67. All the way down to the structure signal there. Let's bring that trailing stop down to 88 here. I'm going to bring it down to 88. Looking at 54 here. Looking at 54. We got down as deep as 61. Come on, let's just finish it. We got to close now below the daily structure signal there. We should get there. We should get to 54. That's where the target is. And then we'll tighten up the stop again. And then we'll look to add if we can even make it through some of that. But first things first, we need to get down to 54 here. We got down as deep as 61. Come on. Get through 61, 60. Come on. Get through 61, then 60. 65 is your daily structure signal. We got to pop through that. There's 65, 64. Come on, there's 61. You've got 55 on the bid at 61. 54 is the target. New candle in a minute 45 here. You want to see this thing closing down on its low here. All right, you need to close below the revision signal, and you'd like to get a close below that 65. That's a big bounce off your daily structure signal. I told you that we could get down here to that area, and you could get a pause and a bounce. I am not interested in longs today, but we could deal with some heat around that 60. We said first that you could deal with some heat around 78 and then 65. So we haven't closed below 65 or 78 yet. We haven't closed below either one of those, although I think we can make it through the 78, but we'll see. You've got 1 minute left here. I'd like to see this thing closing on its low candle here. 61 to 86 is 23 ticks. Divide that by 2. We'll call it 12. You need to close at or below 73, right in this area. You want to close at or below this area and like to be deeper than this, actually. But right in this area is where you'd like to see us close at or below that 73. Now, you're going to get a new set of revision signals form up here at the end of this candle. Trailing stop here is at, what I have it, about 88. Okay, we closed below what was the revision. Now, though, we've got a new revision signal, which is a new long first time touch. This candle here is 86. That is 87. Bringing this trailing stop to 91. 91 on the trailing stop. We're going to make it to 54, I believe. Although I don't like this huge long wick in your 9 a.m., also in your 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone. This one all the way down to 61. But I don't think that's all that this thing has in it. I think it's going to 54. It's just the way these levels work. Okay, let's clear the book out here. We get a fresh look. You got down as deep there as 71. And it's just needs to fight through it here. We just need to fight through it. This top here was 87. That was 85. Taking 2 off at 54. And if you turn these off for a second, you can see that we spiked down to the daily structure signal. That's a first-time touch long right there. But again, I am not interested in longs. All you want now is this to be giving you permission to get out off of that daily structure long from 65. 65 got up to 85. That's 20 ticks. That should be enough of a bounce. That should be enough of a bounce to get you out and keep going. Nice. That's awesome, Ken. Good for you, buddy. Ken closed out with plus 63 ticks today. And he's done. Excellent, my friend. That is excellent. So now what we may have happen to us here. All right, trailing stop is 95. That'll be 20 ticks on 3 at 95. I'm just going to give this a little bit of room to breathe. I'm giving it a little bit of room to breathe. I am fairly certain we're going to go down and test 48.54. What I can't tell you is how it's going to get there. That's what I cannot tell you, unfortunately. Is it going to go in a straight line? Are we going to have to put up with some retracement? And I just, so I'm going to try to give it some space here to breathe, but I'll take off 20 on 3. If you grab swing to swing here, you've got a 70.5 back up here at 21. I don't want to have to get that high, obviously. We got down to 73 again. Let's just get into the 60s here. You've got good sellers are trying to step it in this area here. All right, you see where everything is. I'm going to get some more water. I'll be right back. $103 resting long at 69 right now, trying to keep the floor underneath it. Limit orders, 113 limit orders at 69. I'd like to try to pop through those. I'd like to go down and test those. We got as deep as 72 here. And your daily revision signal is at 69 again. So again, your levels are pretty accurate when you see volume supporting. There's 73, 72. Fight through it. Yeah. Getting rejected off 72. We had 15 just hit the bid down there. 40 hit the bid, rather, at 73. Oh, the offer. At 73. So, again, this is the battle zone right here. I do think we're going to make it to 54. What I cannot tell you is straight line or not. And it doesn't look like it'll be a straight line. But we will make it to 48.54. I don't know if you remember me telling you 49.68 was target number 1 yesterday. I don't know if you remember that from our discussion yesterday. But you'll notice that was the low that we ended. When we closed, got all the way to the New York session close, that's where we ended up. Okay, there's 72. Still sellers, not enough sellers to punch through it yet. There it is. There's 69, 70, 89 limit orders long at 69. We're not going to get through it with 50, or with 30 rather. Come on. There's 50, 69. Come on. 86 on the bid. Backfilling at 70. Lots of buyers coming back in, stepping in behind it at 70. This is the key area. That is your daily revision signal. That's the new revision signal. So the fact that we keep chopping away at it is very good, right? That is very good. Where you'd like to see us close is at or below 68 in the next 3 minutes. At or below that 68 level. So you got yourself a double top up here at 85. You've got the 87. I'm going to bring this trailing stop down to 89 here. Ew. No, I'm not. In a minute I will. It's back to 95 for now. I just don't want to get tagged out. I do feel like this is going to 54. I just don't want to get tagged out here. $12 minutes till the top of the hour. I don't want to break through this double top here at 85, 86 like that. Stop is 95. And it'll be a bummer if this comes up and gets me. We came all the way down to the revision signal. The new revised mid is up there at 04. I would look to reshort that area at 04. Close below the 50% of this bar here. There we go. Come on down through it here. Come on back down through here. Close below 87 would be good. 40 seconds here. You know how I am when I feel like we're going to make it to a certain level. I will freaking hang on to it. We'll see. Sellers trying to step up right here. We need to make it back through the 80s into the 70s here. Come on, there's 82. Come on, sellers. Pop through that 82. Okay, new candle out. We got to get back through the 80s here. $10 minutes till the top of the hour now. It may not make it to that level until the end of the London session. That's the dilemma. That's the downside. We need to get through 82, though. 58 orders backfilling there at 83. 104 have hit the bid at 83. 104 have hit the bid at 83. 120 now at 83. 60 last time through it. So, again, this 83, the buyers are holding 83 tough here. Sellers want to try to get through it. There's only 19 orders there. If we could get one quick burst through it, that would be good. There's 84. Yeah. 83 is holding tough here right now. Come on, pop through 83. All right, so the top of this candle is 93. Trailing stop here is 95. 20 ticks on 3 at 95. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone started at 47. Should have made it to 54. Now the problem we have is this is a long wick inside your 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone down here to 61 as well. I'm going back one tick to 96 on the trailing stop. 96. We'll see. We need to get back down through 83. We filled up. We had a bunch of orders hit the bid down there at 83, and we couldn't fight through it. Now let's see if the sellers can step back up here and get through it. '83's big level for us here as to whether or not we're going to continue this push down. Like I said, your market maker levels under different circumstances. These are first-time touch longs, and they will have paid you. But again, they don't. You got to keep the market context in mind when you're dealing with those levels. Well, I'm glad you ended up, Ashley. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you being in here. We're glad you ended up today, even if you did have some things that you would regretted, and I had to too, right? I had one today. We should still be in from 29 up there with my stop above that daily structure mid, but whatever, it is what it is. This is going to get me at 96, and I'm out. All right, I'm going to re-short 03. I'm going to re-short 03 up here. That's your mid level up there. Okay, so what does that put me here? About 32 ticks, I think, maybe on the day. Oh, did that just take me out to the tick up there? No, I got to 98. Oh, you stinker. Sell stop 82. I'm going to sell stop 82, by the way. Oh, 81. No, I'm not. Cancel that. Scratch that. Excellent, Dan. Thank you. Yeah, sell stop 81. We're coming down into this 83, 82. We should, if we break it, we should get a quick little pop. Okay, I've slipped into 79. Slipped in at 79 here. My target, taking 2 off down there at 54. Taking 2 off at 54. Stop is 92. Taking 2 off down there at 54. Actually, may take 3 off at 54. No, I'll take 2 off at 54. All right, Dave, have a good one, buddy. You know what? The stop has to be 98. I hate doing that so tall, but it has to be 98. It's got to be above this. Should be actually 99. All right, where's this at? This is 90. You know what? 13 ticks to 92 on the stop. I just can't go that tall. Although it should be up there, I just can't go that tall on the stop. Got down as deep as 75 here. Top of the hour here in 2 minutes. 74. 74 is the European session closing range trade. That's usually good for 10 ticks. The upside, the top side is 92, where my stop is. All right, Tom, have a good one, my friend. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it. 55 seconds left on the candle here. Been down as deep as 75. And the reason I got the sell stop there was the break of that 82, 83 level. That was providing support. Oh, you hit your goal today, Jimmy? That's great. Good job. Excellent. All right. I am going to take, there's 54, 25. Okay. We've got this bottom down here at 69. The European session closing range trade is now short at 70. Like to see that get triggered here. 2 off at 54. Go ahead and break. There's 63. We got to get through that 62, 61. We got down to 62 here. Trailing stop is break even now. Come on, get through 62, 61. All right, so you got down to 61 earlier and then now down to 62 here. Come on, get back into the 60s here. Come on, 66. Come on, get through it. We got to close below that revision signal there at 69. And then below 65. There's 61, 60, 58. Come on, we got down to 58 again. Or not again, but down to 58. Come on, 58, 57. Push through it here. Target is 54. We got to 58. Longs backfilling at 61. Good orders hitting the bid, though, at 61. Come on, get through that 58, 57, now 56, 55. 56. All right, there, took out your 54. Told you. Jeez, we got hosed, didn't we? Stop here is 69. Trailing stop 69. I told you. It's all right. We'll take this, right? We're going to keep going. 48.35 down there we're looking for now. There's your 54, 53. There we go. That's what we're... Okay, revision target. You got 4801 down there potentially. Let's do this. I'm going to add one at 52 if it comes back up to 52. I'm going to add one back to it. And I did. All right, so that trailing stop is now 62. Now we got 2 on, baby, and we're running. How you like those apples? 2 on and you're running. How's that? How's that? Let's bring that trailing stop down to 56. Break even plus 10 on 2. I'm chasing this around the price ladder here. 56 on the trailing stop. Break even plus 10 on 2 to 56. Yeah, Derek, it's welcome back. Hope you had a good Christmas. Yeah, we knew 54 just kind of hosed us a little bit, but that's okay. We end up closing below this low. Look where we hit down to exactly, right? Down to 35 at that revision target. We hit that to the tick. Again, not getting long off of these levels today because they're not going to hold in my estimation. We're looking to get down to 4801 now, 4801. Maybe 47.88. I'm going to get the third one back on here at 25.26. I'm going to get the third one back on here at 25.26. $25 seconds left here. So I'm up right now as I sit here. I'm up 14, 22, 81 ticks right now. Right? 81 ticks right now as we sit here. But we got more coming. We got more coming, guys. 4801 is the next targeting area. The actual, remember this when you look back at your charts. 47.21 today. Remember that. 47.21 level. So now 30 ticks on 3 again here. And we haven't closed yet below that 34 target level down there. We haven't closed below it yet. Anybody riding along with it here? $140 ticks for Lawrence. Awesome, Lawrence. Good for you, dude. That's fantastic. $100 orders backfilling long at 39. Lots of support on the buy side right here. Lots of support on the buy side. 132 at 20 at 30. I'm going to go ahead and make that 28 on the ad. 28 on the ad. Make that 28 on the ad. Then we're looking down to 47.89 potentially. 89.01 in that area. $56. Break even plus 10 on the 2 there. That put me up over 100 ticks on the day. If it takes me on a break even plus 10. I'm going to add below down there at 28. We did run into some support down here again. You can see your market maker levels here, how they have been adhered to at each step along the path, but eventually they gave way. That's what I'm expecting here. Again, another level that was adhered to, but because market structure and market state is bearish today, I'm not expecting them to hold. We came right back up to the previous low of 47. You'd like to close below that 47 again. And as long as we're staying down below 54, You know what? I'm in a winning trade here. I'm going to bring this back to 61 on the trailing stop. What I don't want to have happen is have it just pop its head up over 54, take me out at 56, and then continue the push down. So I'm going to continue down with it here. You'd like to close. You'd like to start closing. Get a candle to close here. Now, we might not get the deeper push here till right at 10:30 Central, but you'd like this close down below this 35 area. And below 47 on the close, below 38 would be better. And we may come back up and check 54. And even if we do, my trailing stop is 61 right now. We should hold at 54 rather. That should hold. Yeah. Sure, Chris. Like that? Does that help? Would it be easier to do this? Sure, no worries. $50 seconds left here on this candle. Again, like I said, we may come back and check 54. My trailing stop is 61. There's your 54 again. Again, want to close below it. $83 backfilling longs at 51. We just plowed through those. That's good. That is good. So 5150 for all you Van Halen fans. 5150 is a key number here. This area right here. We got to stay below 54. I'd like to get back into the 40s here. We will. By the way, we will be looking to get to 4789-ish, 4801. Between 01 and 89 now is what I'm fairly confident we're going to get to. And you get a close at or below 38 here, you'll have a new market trend. Anybody else hanging on here? Awesome, Pavel. A couple of you sending me private messages. Good. Good. Several of you. Good for you. I'll add that third one back if we can start getting deeper here. $19 minutes till the European session close. So our patience has paid off today. We were very patient today, and it's paid off in a nice way. Good. Jay, that's good. Good news. So again, we want to stay down below 54. 51.50. Lots of buyers around this area here, but you have had some very good selling at 50. In fact, you have 152 on the bid at 50. So again, buyers and sellers battling it out right in this area. Not surprising. The final target on this move, Lawrence, I'm looking for 4801, somewhere between 4801 and 4788 is what I'm looking for. Somewhere between 4801 and 4788. So when we get down to 4801, way back in. Boy, that's a tough one, Derek. That's a tough one for me, buddy, because I'm going to add to the position at 28. So, you know, what you really would look for is a close below 35, right? The close below that 35 is what you're kind of hoping for here. By the way, you would get a market trend short on a close at or below 39, and that would give you a new entry. So I'll put that on screen here. Put that on screen right here. You'll see if you get this below at or below 38, 39, you'll see the levels light up. And then that would give you an entry. Potential entry anyway. So again, you need another close at a minimum below 47 to continue to keep the push down, or at least continue the momentum to the downside. And then for you, Derek, that close at or below 38 gives you the market trend that you can consider doing something with if that's in your bailiwick. 104 long, resting long at 35. Now you've got 304 on the short side and 304. So you have a few more longs than shorts. You've got one, it's that 35 area where you have a tremendous number of longs resting. But just a further point here, Derek, just what we always say, right? It's your money, your account. You got to do with it what makes you feel right and good. Anyway, that is no longer a valid opportunity on the market trend. We didn't close down below it. We did get down again. We're going to push through this level. I'm fairly sure of that at 35. Looking at that daily structure target down there at 47.88. And you've got 15 minutes till the bottom of the hour, and that may be when this thing begins to pick up. I'm going to move this. Yeah, I'm going to leave that add spot at 28 with a look down to 47.88 potentially. $104 now, limit orders long at 35. We're about to slam through that. I'm telling you right now, we're about to slam through that. Adding at 28. There's 37, 36. You've also got 100 plus limit orders at 30 down there. We'll see. Bringing that trailing stop now to break even plus 10 to 56. If it can't get through down here, I don't want to be in it past 54. If it can't get through this down here, I don't want to be in it past 54. 35 and 30 both have a chunk of orders. So we hit 35. We hit 15 on the bid at 35. That's your revision target, is holding extremely tough there at 35. Close at 38 or lower would also be good. $35 and $30 still with chunks of orders on them. Limit orders. This whole area right here is just a battle zone. You've got buyers and sellers just stepping up in a big way down here. ES is getting crushed. 35 seconds left here. Come on, get through 35. Yeah, we're going to get through 35. There's 74. All right, we keep hitting 35 down there. And you've got the buyers stepping in down there at 35. But this is just a dance. We got that pop back up to then go down and test it again, I believe. Make that trailing stop. We came up to 54. Yeah, came up to 54. Here we go. We're within the last 10 minutes of this session here. That was enough to bounce us back up to 54. Let's go ahead and bring that trailing stop back to 60. We're going to test. This is beautiful. This is perfect. This is perfect. Came all the way back up to 54. Couldn't get through it. We're going to go back down through 35 now. We're going to come back down and test 35 and then get through it this time, I believe. Yep. Come on. There it is. And I got re-added in down there. All right, so I've got my third one on. Trailing stop is now break even plus 4. And we're looking to get down to the 01 level down there, around in that area here. So you've got 3 back on again. You got 3 back on again, looking for 47.88, but we may pause around the 01. So I'm going to go ahead and put the target at 47.88 here. 47.88 is my target. And we may need to think about moving it. If we get down to 01 and stop. All right, we'll bring in the trailing stop in behind it here. I've got a lot going on, guys, so just give me a second. Bringing that trailing stop down to 38 here. And 53 to 38 is 15 ticks. 47.88. We've got 192 down there at 11 long. 192. Oh, good, Derek. Yeah, Pavel, this is awesome, isn't it? This is really cool when you can add back to it. So we got real safe, and now you're adding back to it. You got a triple top up here at 38. Bring that trailing stop back to 39. I'm bringing that trailing stop back to 39, actually 41. 41 on the trailing stop. We're headed to 47. 48.01 to 47.88, okay? 191 long at 11 down there. Let's watch that level. You've got 7.5 minutes till this session close. Okay, we got down to 13. You've got 204 long at 11 down there. We'll see if we can make it through 11. There's 13.12. You've got another big stack at 06, trying to keep it into the... Let's go ahead and bring the trailing stop here. 55 to 35. We'll go break even plus 20 on 3. There's down to the 11 level. We knew that was going to be an issue. But we're coming back through it, my friends. 47.88 is the final resting spot here. That would be 53 and 12 would be 65 on 3. $172 long at 11. If we get down through those, this should take off. Well, we've got another stack at 06, but not like what we have there at 11, where we only had 15 hit the bid last time. Listen, we're going to hit the bid really hard here at 11. And you close down on this low tick here in the next 40 seconds, down around this 11 level. Look out below, my friends. 47.88 is your target. 01 to 88. $171 long at 11, resting long at 11. Just be patient with this. Okay, new candle out now. 29. 41 is the trailing stop here. 41 is my trailing stop. We may come back up to 30 and then as high as 35. We get much higher than that, I don't want to mess with it. This is why re-entering below it is... Oh, good for you, Wayne. Awesome. Looks like you hit your target. That's great. This is why it's hard to re-enter in a new position, because you got to deal with that retracement back and forth. We've got 111 long at 18 down there. 111 long at 18. Looking for 40. There we go. Get through 18. Come on. There we go. 168, 170. Limit orders down there at 11 again. Still. You've got 3.5 minutes. We should get some energy here to get us through it. Looking for the energy to get us through it here. At 11. Then you had another stack down there at 06, and then we're looking at 47.88. 18, we did have some orders there earlier at 18, and now it's providing some support here at 18. Yeah, we could come back as high as 35. If we get up to 41, I don't want to be in it any longer. And I would be 12 on 3, and that would be fine as well. But we're holding on for the bigger idea here, which I believe is on its way. Hanging on for the bigger picture idea here, which I believe we're on our way to. But you've got 3 minutes here till the European session closes. So again, you're looking for the energy here in the next 2.5 minutes till the close, the next 5 or so minutes. After that, maybe 5 to 10 minutes after that, and then we'll look I'm going to look to tighten up the stop as we kind of go into that dead period. I'll look to tighten up the stop considerably, if not get out altogether. So the next 10, 15 minutes here is going to be key to what continues to happen here. 18, though, is holding tough here. If we can make it down through that, then we've got that area down there at 11. Well, here we go. Let's see if we can go test 11. 177 long at 11. 06 had a significant number of orders. There's 15, 14. Let's go. 11 is the low. Let's see if we've got the energy to get through the low down there. There's 12, 11. Okay, lots of orders backfilling here. Lots and lots of orders backfilling. There's 12, 11. Bringing this trailing stop down to 35 now. Having trouble getting through 11. We hit at 83, hit the bid at 11. Lots of sellers absorbed there at 11, though. We're going to hit that again, though. We're coming to it again, I'm telling you. There you go. Just made it through. 00 has 103 long. 00 has 103 long. 47.88 is the final target here. 47.88. Bringing this trailing stop now down to 25. There's 08, 07. We had orders at 06. We've got now at 01. 706. Bring this down to 25 on the trailing stop. There's 05, 04. Bring this down to 21 on the trailing stop. Again, 01, we could pause and stop at 01. We hit, we just hit 01. That's where I said we could pause. I'm looking for 47.88, though, is the target here. 47.88 is the target for me. You have 108 long at 00. You've got 30 seconds till the close. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and bring this down to, I'm going to pull this back to 24 on the trailing stop here. That's break even plus whatever. 53 to 23 is 30 ticks on 3. 23 is the trailing stop. So we got down, I said 01, right? I said that's kind of where I thought it would be between 88 and 01, and we got right down to 01. It's all right. It's not done yet, though. That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing. We're not done yet. $47.88 is the final target. Remember, we had all of those orders at 11 earlier, so 11 may provide support here. So it's just continuing back and forth here. We are through the close now. And we need another break through 11 here. I think we're going to go test the 00 level down there yet again. We'll see if it can keep me in up here at trailing stop is 26. 26 on the trailing stop. Come on, get through 12.11. Yeah, I need to get above this previous candle here. That's 27. Yeah, 28 on the trailing stop. 28 on the trailing stop. We're going to just get a tick behind this previous candle high here. The midpoint of that candle was up there at 30. So it's either going to go or it's not. Either way, we're in that luxurious position. Sorry, I'm going to do it to you one more time. I'm going to go above that center point there at 31 on the trailing stop. Listen, I'm in safe. That is 22 ticks on 3. I'm looking for my target at 47.88. Thanks, Wayne. And we'll see, right? I'll be right back. So we hit that area down there at 11. This is just a bit of retracement here. I think we're coming down through it again. I'd like to see us get down through 13 here. Close below 15, 14 down into the 13 level. That gives us 30 ticks off the bottom at 01, at that low at 01 down there. And you've got a lot of selling pressure coming in. I still feel good about testing 47.88 down there. And then really 47.70 below that, but I'm gonna stick to my guns here at 47.88. $136 up there. Limit orders resting short at 28. Again, trying to keep the lid on it up there. Now we got to get through 11. Now we need to get down through 11. All right, sorry, got to get up one more time. I'll be right back. All right, back and forth, new candle out, triple top right up in this area here, 17, hard to get through. All right, Rex, good job, buddy. Good job today. Excellent. Have a good evening, I guess, or night for you there in Australia. Still feeling like we're headed south here. 140, limit orders up there at 28. There's 15. Come on, 14, 13. Let's get through that 12, 11. Got a little range forming here. You may get a 5 or 6 bar range here. Got down to 13. That's all right. We'll keep going. We're looking there to go. There we go. Get through 16, 15 here. Again, 11 is the key. 11 is key. Patience, right? We're just waiting to get through. We got to get through 15, 13, and then 11. We got down to 13. There it is again. There's 12. Get through that 11. There we go. Come on. 32 on the bid at 11. Now let's keep going. I'm going to be interested to see what the level 2 will tell us down there at the 01 level. 47.88 is the target. So we took 2 of the 3 off, and then we added 2 back, and now it is 43 ticks on 3, right? 43 ticks on 3. That's pretty cool. 107 at 00 here. 107 at 00. 47.88 is the target. 47.88 is your target. $110 at 00 now. $110 at 00. There's 05. Come on, 4-3. Get through that 05. There's 04. Let's go 302. Fight through 01. There we go. Down to 93, 91. 88 is the target. I'm going to keep it in here, but that might be close enough. Come on. Trailing stop now. Trailing stop here. 15. Man, I hope I didn't get greedy for a couple of ticks there. Hope that didn't cost me. That may be close enough. 225 at 89 now. Oh, I'm going to hold on to it just because. Come on. We'll see. We've got a new candle in 2 minutes here. Come on. It's got the energy to get through it here. 220 at 89 down there. 56. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Come on. Get through it. Trailing stop is now 11. There's 96, 95, new candle. Trailing stop 05. Come on, get through 92, 91. There's 95, 94, 222 at 90, 89. Trailing stop 05. $221 at 89. There's 90, 89. Yeah, that's orders at 89 there. We're a little dicey. Let's go ahead and bring. Okay, there's only 84 at 89 now. That missed it by a tick there. Trailing stop is 05. I may have screwed that up. I did. Ha! And I'm out, by the way. All right, so you saw that right there at the end, it was just a little bit of bad luck on how it took me out there at the end. If you'll recall there, I was looking for a target of 88, and we got all the way down to this area here at 89. In fact, it was right here. So came down to 89. My trailing stop was at 05. We went from 53, which was the average in. Again, remember, we had 1 contract on, and we added 2 more. So we took 3 from 53 to 05, which is 48 ticks. A nice move. But when I say it was a little bit of bad luck, we came down to 89. My target was at 88. I couldn't quite move it fast enough, and I thought it was going to come back down and take out that target. But eventually it comes back up to as high as 25, and then it immediately comes down and takes out, makes a new low down there at 74. So I wouldn't have wanted to put up with this much heat with 3 contracts, but we're able to ride that all the way down pretty far, down to 05, and it did ultimately take out the final target down there at 88. All in all, a very good day today. Back-to-back, very strong days. Again, we're looking for more of the same tomorrow. It is inventory report tomorrow, so we will need to be a little bit cautious as we head into that inventory report that does provide for some volatile trading conditions, but that's okay. We'll weather through that. And then we'll look for the move again tomorrow as we make our way through the trading session. So again, if you're interested in coming in and taking a look firsthand at what we do in here, we would certainly invite you to do that. You could sign up for a free trial by going to the website, www.oiltradinggroup.com. You can sign up through the link provided in the email that you are receiving this video, or there should be a link at the end of the video that you're watching where you can click on that link and go directly to a sign up for the free trial as well. So again, as always, I want to say thank you for watching our videos here today. And until tomorrow, I want to wish you good luck and good trading.